Hello and welcome to Waking Up with Depeche Mode. That was an abrupt ending, wasn't it? And that is Master and Servant from the 1984 album, Some Great Reward. Let's go ahead and take a look real quick. Let's go over to Depeche Mode Live Wiki. My name is Ray Luna, by the way, and I teach little piano tutorials here on YouTube and Twitch. Then I broadcast live to Facebook for my family and friends and stuff. Okay, so we're in the key. We're looking at Depeche Mode, or we took a look at Master and Servant from Depeche Mode Live Wiki here. I always look up my key signatures here now. So B flat minor, the relative major is D flat major, so he set the key. This song has been played live now 370 times. And it was released August 14th of 1984. So let's go ahead and jump right in. It's Some Great Reward album. Master and Servant is a tricky song, so that's why I have to play it every so often. Let's start with a little intro of the song. Where's that? Like this, in unison. Start on a B flat. Hey, dispenser, good morning. Right? Just rolling. Right, sounds better in unison. Right, so you can kind of do that a few times. Right? You go right into this little funky bass line. If you're playing the live version from Hamburg, it goes like this. Right, Dave's spinning around under the spotlights, the little flashing lights. Right, you get to verse 1. There's a new game we like to play, you see. Game with added reality. You treat me like a dog, get me down on my knees. We call it Master and Servant. We call it Master and Servant. Right, you get verse 2. It's a lot like life. This play between the sheets with you on top and me underneath. Forget all about equality. Let's play Master and Servant. Let's play Master and Servant. This part's so tricky. And it's one note behind always. I'll walk you through it. Then we'll learn it in two parts, okay? So something like that. Then you get to your main riffs, like all these little breaks, kind of like, it's a lot like life. And that's what's appealing if you despise. Throw away feeling from disposable fun. Then this is the 1, 2, 3, 4. You guys will notice that I'm cheating now. I don't go to the... I kind of hold the note now. It's so hard to do that, watch. No, I'm already off. That's why I hold the note now, because it's like... Right? So it's a little easier. Anyway, we'll get to all those parts, and then we'll do our famous part. This is the best part of the song, in my opinion. Master and Servant. Alright, so let's start from the top. We might have to do all this. This is a 5-part tutorial on my channel, by the way, so we're probably not going to make it all the way through. But I'm going to show you the basics, so that way you guys can start it. So we got the easy intro, right? Right, then let's get to that bass line now. This is what you really got to learn. You got to learn it for the whole song, and you got to learn it in a few different keys. Okay, so that is the tricky part of Master and Servant, is that it changes keys along the way up to C. You go from B flat a whole step up to C by the end of the song, okay? So here's how it goes. That's I call that part one of the bass line. Then part two, my bad. There it is. Sorry about that. Let's do it again. Part one. Okay, do it one more time. Then I call this part two. Okay. Okay, there's some parts that start on that, so it's good to learn it in parts, if that makes any sense, breaking the bass line into two halves. Okay, so the reason I say that is, like, let's say for something like this part. That's part one, right? Then part two, on the second one, then so you see the reasoning for breaking it into parts. That way you learn it. It's kind of like this song. I consider that, what do they say? How do you eat an elephant one bite at a time, right? So it's kind of like that. So you're going to learn to put the hands together kind of slowly on this one. This is definitely an epic journey if you're going to learn to play it this way. Okay, so you get that bass line down. So what I was doing when I first learned this song is I started playing, I would play along with like the Live in Hamburg version, or just the original album recording, or sometimes the Slavery Whip mix, which is the extended remix, and I would just play the entire song, just the bass line, right? Then I would go through and play just like the right hand melodies and kind of start getting a feel for where they are. I was also practicing kind of singing the lyrics too as I play too. But that's one thing I would suggest, is maybe starting from the beginning of the song and playing all the way through with just the bass line. Okay, because that's epic by itself, because it starts here. Right? And until it changes key, you're going to stay doing that bass line until you get to that little break where it's a lot like a bridge. It's a lot like life. That's what's appealing if you despise. Go away feeling from disposable fun. Then this is the one. Right? Something like that. Okay? So we're going to stick with this bass line here. You're going to learn several different melodies. I'll start you with the easiest one first. It goes like this. Let's put some strings on here so you get an idea. You got to sustain this note, and it's on purpose. Like that, and now you're going to put that together with the bass line. On the second one. Oh, gosh, it's hard to do it slow. So you can practice it in two parts. On the second one, and see how I'm holding the notes on purpose? I'm sustaining them. Right? So like that. So then you get the hands together. It's not so bad once you do it nice and slow. On the second, remember, I was always on the second one with this lick. Part two. So it's... Oh my gosh, it's so hard to do this. Okay, that works you up. Once you get that down, then you can start working on the next melody. do it again. Right, that's tricky. You could also just hold it. Right, I kind of started doing that now, but if you can get it, it's really tricky. Okay, so try to get it. Okay, now here comes the left hand, right? That's the easy part is playing it by itself. Here comes the hard part. So on the second one again. Oh, I'm sorry, on the third one this time. So it's on this note, the A flat. So you see again how the bass line, when it starts on that E flat, right, part 2 of the bass line, you can actually practice the second half. So that's why I did it in halves, because sometimes I don't want to play the whole first half just because I was working on the second half, right? So let's do it again. So if it's like this, part 1 would be... Part 2 is now like this, starting on the E flat. On the second one. Down an octave here to B flat. Right, so if you want to just practice that part, for instance, part 2 would be, so it'd be, well, how's it go? Oh, I get it. So sorry. Here it goes like this. Then like this. So for instance, that part starts on the 1. And you can just practice that over and over again. Right, then practice part 1. Part 2. Okay, so that kind of gets you through that, I think. I mean, I know it's not easy to do it, but if you work through it nice and slow, the 2 parts I showed you, and again, there's the 5-part tutorial you can always refer to, as well as these live streams. But look at that, try to play it real slow, because now you're going to get to verse 1, and verse 1 goes like this. I'll play it for you first, and then we'll break it down. Okay, so it goes like this. It goes, there's a new game. So it's like, so let me show you. Let me do it each hand. There's a new game we like to play, you see. A game with added reality. You treat me, oh my gosh, you treat me like a dog, get me down on my knees. We call it Master and Servants. We call it Master and Servants. Right, okay? So something like that. Okay, that's the right hand. Now the left hand, of course, is there's a new game we like to play, you see. A game with added reality. You treat me like a dog, get me down on my knees. We call it Master and Servants. We call it Master and Servants. Right, and you play that part. Okay, pardon me. So let's get that down with the 2 hands now, right? So the right hand. Right, and you go into the lick, okay? So I was just kind of showing you so you have a reference of what it's going to sound like. Okay, so now hands together. There's a new game we like to play, you. Oh my gosh, it's so hard to do this slow. So sorry, you guys. There's a new game we like to play, you see. Game with added reality. Treat me like a dog, get me down on my knees. We call it master and servant. We call it master and servant. Right, like that, okay? So that's how it should sound when you're done. So let's do it real slow. I'll just play it without the lyrics, or maybe I'll kind of keep the lyrics low. Let me turn up the mic a little. The keyboard down here. So it's, there's a new game we like to play. So let's just do it without the lyrics. Right, and okay, so you kind of get the point. Then you got to learn to sing on top of it. So that's the way verse 1 goes and comes together. Okay, so the tricky part is going like some of these notes. This part here. Okay, that part's gonna trick. It always tricks me up all that time. So. See where the hands come together? Let's do it again from the top. Okay, and that takes you up to verse 2. Okay, now verse 2 is a little bit more complicated. Let me show you the riff in the right hand. Oh my gosh. There it is. Okay, so that is so hard. The hard part about Depeche Mode is that if you miss one note, man, it stands out like a sore thumb. So it's really hard. You got to get it right, okay? So that's how it goes. It's a lot like life. This play between the sheets with you on top and me underneath. Get all about equality. Let's play master and servant. Let's play master and servants. Right? Okay, I'll show you all that next. All right, I just want to get you an idea, familiar with how it's going to sound. Then you do the bass line, of course. So it's tricky because you got to go like this. It starts here, right here. So it starts on part 2 of the bass line. So the first half of the bass, you play it by itself. It's a lot like life. This play between the sheets. Right? Okay, so it's right here. I'm so sorry. It's so hard to do this song slow. Okay, so here we go. It's a lot like life. This play between the sheets with you on top and me underneath. All about equality. Like that, it's always one note behind. Okay, I know it sounds like I'm showing off. I think, oh, no, I wasn't so much figuring it out. It was practicing playing it. I've been playing it the wrong way for so long. The wrong way instead of... So I'm going to have to practice it. I just been playing it so long the other way. I still want to go. So I'll have to work on it. And I love that song. And it's such a pivotal part. I knew it was like almost right. but I just knew something was wrong with it, and the way you definitely have it is right. Wait. Yeah, it sounds so much better. But it's just gonna take some getting used to. Anyway, okay, back to Master and Servant. Let me show you this verse 2. We'll probably, how many minutes am I in now? 20 minutes? We'll do a little bit more of this because there's so much more to learn. I still have to change the key of C. And you have to learn it all over again, this part. Right? Because now you're doing the bass line in the key of C. Right? To F. Right? And that's how the song ends in that key. So we might not get to all that, but we will definitely get to this part here. Okay? So let's finish verse 2. It's a lot like life, this playbook. So that's what I used to practice. I would go. It starts on here, right? So I would just practice that over and over. That's actually how I learned it. So let me show you what I would do. I would go like this. Then I'd switch it up. Okay, I need to practice it for a second. Give me a second and I'll play it slow. There it is. So it's on the F here. And I just practice this over and over again. Right? So once you practice each part, kind of repeat it over and over, it starts to become second nature. So then you'll start to go part 1 here. Part 2. Right? Then you got to learn these two. I'm sorry. And then this part. Like that, okay? And we'll learn that another day. That's so much, you guys. So for those of you who are starting Black Celebration, hopefully this is a good little intro to it. And then just take a look at my channel. All the tutorials are free. I don't really monetize this channel, y'all. People ask me why, but it's because it's not my work. You know what I mean? I know I'm taking the time to teach it and stuff, but it's really not my work. So I don't feel right like that. I mean, I guess the band and YouTube make all the money on my videos and all that stuff. And that's okay because I have different ways of doing things. So we're going to go ahead and move forward. Let's go ahead and take a look. I was looking at something. I want to move into The Cure for a second, if you'll bear with me. Let me see what key it was in again. We're going to take a look at Lullaby by The Cure. I learned it the other morning because I was listening to it in the car. And what does it say here? I'm probably not learning Master and Servant for another year because I'm silly not. No, you know what? It just takes, it's like an elephant. It's like take, one little bite at a time. Get that bass line. Just practice playing the bass line. Get that down in your head because it's that's the automatic pilot part. That's my suggestion. And listen to it. I mean, I can't count how many times I listened and played it all the way through. And how many times, like I said, I worked through these parts, just this. Right? Just that alone. Just that lick right there. I probably played for like 2 days. 2 or 3 days straight, just playing that lick over and over until I got it. So some of these, you have to like muscle your way through them depending on, like you say, your skill level. But this was way above what I could play, I thought, at the time. And then you'll be surprised at the more, like, especially when you do songs like Everything Counts or something. The separation of your brain starts getting easier and easier, if that makes any sense. You start to kind of like, you're able to compartmentalize, and you can even speed up or slow down if you feel like they're out of sync. It's really weird. You get to a point where you can actually fine tune while you're playing. Almost like let's say you're a baseball player and you're mid swing, halfway through your swing, you're adjusting for where the ball is. Same thing with this music. Like, I feel sometimes my left hand is, it's starting to speed up too fast. Or it's the right hand isn't keeping up, and I can start to make adjustments mid song. And you have to learn on the fly. Like I said, I play in a studio all the time, so I'm not in front of a live audience. And it wasn't until this last year I did a couple of live shows. I was asked to fill in, and man, you got to be ready to think on the fly. If you start screwing up the song, you got to either back out and then catch up again, or there's a lot going on when you're performing live. It's funny because everybody thinks you're up there staring at the audience, and you're trying to as best you can, but you got to watch your hands sometimes, so it's pretty tricky. But yeah, Master and Servant is an epic song. But let's go ahead and take a look. So I need to learn some songs from The Cure, and I still got to work on some Pink Floyd. But I just have so much on my plate. So where is it? Key signature for The Cure, Lullaby, key signature. This is going to be a quick one, y'all. C sharp minor. Isn't that E flat major? I think that's the relative. C sharp minor is relative major. It is E major. Oh, it's E major, not E flat. Okay, E major. So let's set to the key of E. Here's a little bit of The Cure. This won't be too long, but I just want to kind of walk through it. So the song is really trippy. I love this song, though. Lullaby by The Cure. I love this guitar riff that kicks in. If you have a chance, listen to the mixed up version, the extended version of Lullaby. Also, when that guitar riff kicks in. Let's turn this off. Right? So I'm just going to show you the riff. So basically it's like, on candy striped legs, Spider-Man comes softly through the shadow of the evening sun, stealing past the windows of the blissfully dead, looking for a victim, right? Shivering in bed. Then right? So there's a lot going on with this song, too. It's all layered on top of each other. That's the unfortunate part. Okay, so we're starting with the C sharp minor. To A. Right? To on candy striped legs, the Spider-Man comes. And so what I do a walk there. So it's C sharp minor, A flat to A. B to C sharp minor, right? Right? Back to the top, just 2 chords. Okay? Like that, okay? So, not bad, right? Okay, so let's learn this riff. It's got some strings. It goes like this. Maybe it's here. Okay, something like that. So now let's get our bass line going. Oh my gosh, it would help if I played it right. Oh, sorry. That's the change there. Okay, so let me show you the guitar riff now, my favorite part of the song. Right, and the other riff is similar, but it starts up here. Okay, that part's very similar. Then the other one is so see how it's using this theme here on the C sharp minor. So I would probably practice in quarters, like. Okay, so those are those two main riffs, right? Then you got this one. Yeah, that one's tricky, right? Because it goes like this. Okay. Okay, so that's that riff. Everybody knows that one. Then you got the other two riffs, and then the final riff of the song goes like this. It's kind of tricky. It's up here. Oh, I always screw this one up. I'm always screwing that one up. But that's the other riff, so it's... Repeat that twice. Okay, and then you get to the part where it's toward the end of the song. The song does finally change a key. The whole song is C sharp minor to A, C sharp minor to A. And then finally, when it gets to, and I feel like let's take the strings off. And I feel like I'm being eaten by 1,000 million shivering furry holes. In the morning, wait, where were we? So... I would go to E to walk up to the F. Okay, so F sharp minor. So, and I feel like I'm being eaten by 1,000 million shivering furry holes. And I know that in the morning I will wake up in the shivering cold. And the Spider-Man is always hungry. That's where it goes to this lick. Okay, something like that. I got to get that walk. Okay, but that's kind of how that goes, right? So let's go to F sharp minor. Right, so and I feel like I'm being eaten by 1,000 million shivering furry holes. And I know that in the morning I will wake up in the shivering cold. And the Spider-Man is always hungry. Oh my gosh, I always screw this up. Right, so all of those are layered on top of each other. That's why I'm trying to play all the riffs, but they're all being played pretty much at the same time. Right, but what a great song, huh? So I'm going to learn how to play it in its entirety, but I really just wanted to show it to you. I learned it, I think, yesterday morning, most of it. I knew parts of it from years ago. I was tinkering around with it back in the 90s. Spy and candy striped legs, the Spider-Man comes softly through the shadows of the evening sun. Right, stealing past the windows of the blissfully dead. Anyway, I'm not going to continue. Let me see what the chat says here. Oh yeah, here is the house. You should learn 100%. Try to learn the, what is it? S. Wait, which songs am I missing here? What is FNAF? World out. You should try learn the. I'm not sure what it means. I'm so sorry. And it really reminds me of SNS. What's SNS? What? Speak and spell? Oh, FN. What is that? No. What is FNAF? Put it in the chat for me. Okay, so let's take a look at Here's the House. We can do that one. I've not played. See, I like when people suggest songs that I've not played in a while. Where is the chords for Here's the House? I don't know which version I'm going to play. There is a riff. Okay, if you want to help me with something, here's another thing we can work on. I'll show you what I mean. I have not played this in a while, so I got to remember the riff exactly. But where is Here's the House? I know I have the chords. I'm looking for it. Give me a second here. Oh my goodness. Sister of Nights, Question of Lust, New Life. Where's Here's the House, people? Oh my gosh, is it way up? Depeche Mode has so many songs. Oh my gosh, I cannot find it. Okay, let me just Google it. Sorry, y'all. Oh wait, what happened to my software? Oh, I'm still there. Okay, it looked like my software crashed. Okay, so let's go to Here is the House. I know I have it saved somewhere. Here is the house chords, but I have so many in my little list now. Let's see, is this it? Let me make sure this is it. Let's play it a little bit. D sharp major, huh? God, this almost sounds like "Speak to me, I will follow. I've heard you cry." Doesn't it sound like from the Memento Mori album? Okay, here we go. Here is the house where it all happens. Those tender moments under this roof. Body and soul come to, so it's the same chorus. Body and soul come together as we come closer together. And as it happens here and there. Where's that? So here's the problem I'm talking about. It goes, it's you can, if you want to help me with something, if you want to listen to something and help me see if we can work it out. I'm trying to learn this part. It goes. This part right here. It's like. So, and I feel your warmth and it feels like home and there's someone calling on the telephone. That part, right? So it's like this. It goes. Then it goes. I can't find this note, is what it is. So it goes, let me show you the chords, and then maybe you can help me work this out in the background. Okay, so let me get to verse 1. You'll hear this bass line. It's like bum 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 ba da bum bum ba 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 da bum bum ba 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 da ba 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 da ba 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 da bum bum, and I just cannot figure that walk down. I've been working on it, so I've been playing this song with like chords. Let me show you what I mean. And I feel your warmth, and it feels like G sharp, home. And there's someone, here we go, this is the part I'm talking about, calling on the telephone. Okay, it's such a fast change. It's like, okay, and I feel, so it's, and I feel your warmth, and it feels like home, and it's someone, and then it would be calling on the telephone, okay? So somewhere in there is this walk down. So if you have a chance, go listen to the original recording from Black Celebration and see if you can maybe help me sound that part out. I would love to learn that part myself. So that's why I only play it this way. And I feel your warmth and it feels like home in this. Oh wait. So you don't chase there. So, and I feel your warmth and it feels like home, and there's someone calling on the telephone. Let's stay home, it's cold outside, and I have so much to confide to you. Right, go down to G there. G sharp, with or without words, I'll confide everything. Then you go back to the top, okay? So let me go ahead and show you. And I feel your warmth and it feels like home, and there's someone calling on the tele. That is a G with a D, because I'm walking down to the C minor, okay? So, calling on the telephone, okay? And I feel your warmth and it feels like home, and there's someone calling on the telephone. Let's stay home, it's cold outside, and I have so much to confide to you. With or without words, I'll confide everything. And then we go back to the top. Let's go to C minor. Here is the house where it all happens. Those tender moments. Oh my God. Those tender moments. There it is. Under this roof. So it's C minor, D flat, major. I'm just inverting it. G sharp to G. Here is the house where it all happens. Those tender moments under this roof. body and soul come together as we come closer together. And as it happens here in this heart. Let's do it up here. Okay, so let's do it from the top. Right, so the first one is then okay, there it is. Right, then back here. So I always get confused with this one. My foot pedal is sliding. Okay, so here we go. Sorry, I keep screwing this up. Right then. Right, these three. To G. That's the one I always forget. See, and I always want to go to B flat. It's D flat or D sharp. Whoa, right? So tricky, right? I feel your warmth and it feels like home. G sharp, brilliant. I know, right? I know. So if you have a chance to, Spencer, go listen to the original recording and see if you can work out that part. It goes. Something like that. I'm just making it because I cannot, for the life of me, figure out that little riff there. But if you can figure it out, that'd be great. We could teach the class and we could teach everyone. So, and thank you again for your help with Black Celebration. That was so cool, man. I am going to be working on that for days. Because I have to unlearn what I learned. That's so much better. Anyway, okay. What time is it? We got 10 minutes or so. I don't know what else I wanted to play today. Let me see. I was doing that and I was doing a little Cure. I was doing the Cure. Let me show you what I was working on. Let's take the strings off. Put it in the key of A minor real quick. Let's do it in the right key if we're going to do it. Let's take a look at a little love song. So we're in the key of A minor. Love song. A minor. Here's that. Whenever I'm alone with you. Can you believe that? It's all white keys. You make me feel like I am home again. Right, so you got A minor, G major, F minor, no, F major, I'm sorry, to E minor. Whenever I'm alone with you, you make me feel like I am home again. You can play it that way. It's kind of funky, right, if you want to funk it up. Right, but that's not what we're going to do. What we're going to do is we're going to play that bass line. That's your A minor. G. F, E minor, A minor, F. Whenever I'm alone with you, you make me feel like I am home again. Whenever I'm alone with you, you make me feel like I am whole again. Well, gotta get the fingering right. So get that bass line down. Okay, so that's your chord. So then if you want to play chords, you can, but you don't have to, because in the right hand, you're supposed to be playing this. When you sing the verse, it goes... Let me turn the strings off, it's too much. So let's do it again. Oh, strings off. Here we go. Like this. Whenever I'm alone with you, you make me feel like I am home again. Right? Practice singing. Whenever I'm alone with you, you make me feel like I am whole again. Right, so we'll have to learn that another day. I kind of just wanted to play this. Pretty sure you figured out the right notes for it already? Here's the House. I took a quick listen to Here's the House. Which of the last part? Oh, on this part, the... Okay, if that part needs correcting, let me know. But also the, like I said, listen to that bass line though. During the verse, it's what's playing in the background while Dave's singing verse 1. Right? That part. So if you hear that. Sweet. Thank you so much. Okay, so let's just do a little bit more love song here. So let me show you the chorus though. So now you're going to go to F. However far away, G, A minor, I will always love you. So you're going F, G, A minor to C major. So, however far away, I will always love you. However long I stay. These are obviously chord inversions. I will always love you. If you want to play it in root, you can. However far away, I will always love you, right? However long I stay, I will always love you. But I like to invert the chords. I go like this. Here's F. However far away, right? So, however far away, A minor, I will always love you, and then end with C in root position. However long I stay, I will will always love you, right? So that's the chord changes. Bass line goes like this, though. So that's your chord changes. Oh, no, sorry. F. However far away, I will always love you. Like that, okay? So that's how it goes. Now, the riff in the right hand. That's A minor to C, okay? So it's however far away, I will always love you. Then it goes, however long I stay. So, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. Let me do it. I will always love you ever long. All right, so that's the tricky part. Always love you. We're gonna probably end it there. Okay, it's just the last three notes you got right. I think it's like, I know I always have like a note or two off. I always have a note. I'm afraid I'm gonna bump into Martin Gore one day in a market. And he's gonna say, "Hey, bloke, I heard you've been screwing up my songs and teaching them to everybody." You know? Anyway, hopefully not. So they say don't meet your heroes, right? So there you go. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and wrap it up there. Spencer, thank you so much. Go ahead and post that. I got to dive in and start. I have like a house to clean here today. I have a whole bunch of stuff I need to get organized. So I'm going to be working around the house and running around today. You guys have a blessed and happy day. We'll be back again tomorrow. We'll see you again. And thank you to Spencer for jumping in the chat as always and for helping me, suggest songs and stuff. It's fun to, I haven't played Here's the House in a while. So. And thank you for jumping in and help me learn them too. We're just trying to teach the songs right. I'll go check it out right now. I'm gonna go ahead and wash up a little bit. It's kind of hot back here. I got my sweatshirt on. But yeah, okay, I'll definitely go check it out. I think I have to check out a couple. Now I'm not gonna be here tomorrow. I'm so sorry, you guys. I'm working. I'm at the Beverly Hilton again, shooting some camera. It's award season all the way up until the Oscars. So we start the Golden Globes there, and then it goes through award season. So we have all these guilds. Screenwriters Guild, Directors Guild, all these guilds show up, and we have to film all the award shows. And then the Oscars is at a whole different venue. But a lot of those little award shows take place at my work, where I work at, or one of the places I work at. So anyway, okay, you guys have a blessed and happy day, and we'll be back again. Let's see. I work tomorrow, probably the day after tomorrow. Okay, you guys have a blessed and happy day, and we'll be back again then. Okay, bye, everyone.